One. We have several people joining us on Zoom. Just need to ask you who you are and identify yourself based on the statute. So we've got someone named Laura. You got Lauren?
Yes, Lauren Berman Lefebvre from Community Action Partnership.
Okay, the action already. We have Hannah. Hannah out there?
Hannah's still with us, but muted.
Hannah, can you unmute yourself and identify yourself for us, please? Oh, so I'm getting no identification there. We got an okay, we'll get back to Hannah in a minute. We got iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Can the person on the iPhone please identify themselves? You're on mute.
Mark's Christianberry, Dover.
Okay. And who else we got? We got Karen.
KG Dandaran.
Yeah, Karen Dandaran.
Karen
Foster's. Yeah. Let's go back to Hannah. Anybody know who Hannah is? Hannah, we wish to identify yourself, please, for the commission. Unmute yourself.
And make your feel great. As the
Good.
I struggle
No
to
response.
Have a good day.
Oh, here we go.
Alzheimer's disease or another form of
Hello, Hannah. I'll give you one more time to identify yourself.
support when it fully so their teams.
Well, since we've had
She says she's from the city of Somersworth. Her mic's not working.
Mike's City of Somerset. Okay, that's fine. The reason why I'm asking you folks this is because we've had hackers come into our Zoom meetings and post inappropriate content on Zoom calls. So that's the reason why I'm asking who you are. I appreciate your cooperation. Thank you. First item on the commission's agenda this morning is approve the minutes of September 4th. I got a motion. So moved by Commissioner Levin. It's been seconded by myself. Any changes, Commissioner? The minutes? Then I'm assuming you're in favor?
Yes.
Yeah, so am I. The vote's unanimous to approve the minutes. Okay, item 2 is to discuss the emergency warming center. For the record, I have had a meeting with the mayors and city managers and Terry Plummer, who's acting as the emergency management director's representative. The Woolen Pond shelter will open this season. They have asked the county again, the mayors and city managers, to act in a fiduciary capacity to administer the contract between the present provider and the county. The majority. Folks, can you guys, who's ever out there, can you mute yourselves because you're interfering with the meeting? They're all muted now. Okay.
Hannah is not.
And is not, okay. Because we can hear a lot of background noise. Thank you. So as I was saying, I met with the mayors and city managers. The county will act in a fiduciary capacity to administer the contract between the present vendor, the vendor that ran the shelter last year. Is the intention of the group to continue that relationship. The shelter will be open from November 15th to April 15th under mostly the same conditions as it operated last year. Now it is the commissioners have discussed what we're going to do long term with this particular issue. The city of Somersworth has been, for the record, has been very gracious to having Woolen Pond operate on a temporary basis. People have to understand that the city of Dover owns the shelter in Somersworth. Presently, it pays no taxes to the city of Somersworth. So the present arrangement is that between the county receiving and drawing down some state and federal money, And the city of Rochester and the city of Dover contributing money towards its operation. That, and Somersworth provides in-kind services with ambulance services and police services. So that dynamic and that relationship is going to continue into the next year.
It's the same building as before.
Yes,
Building.
same place. So it's the same building. Now, the commissioners have discussed what are we going to do in the future? Because Somersworth has been very patient with us, because initially, when we had a proposal to build a new nursing home, we were going to convert a section of the old nursing home for a warming center. But since we're not able to get a new nursing home up and moving, and we've got that, even if we got a positive vote on the construction of a new nursing home, it would be 2 to 3 years out. So the mayors and the city managers and the welfare directors, along with the emergency management directors, have been searching for another site to house the warming center. As a result of that search, there's been no facility that they could identify that was politically acceptable to anyone. And the reasons are very simple. Wherever you house the facility, that community is responsible for its operation under state statute in terms of direct relief assistance. So, given that dynamic and that nobody really wants this thing in their backyard, the county commissioners have discussed at great length constructing a temporary warming center here on county property. Now, in my discussions with the mayors and city managers, I had offered, as a result of my discussions with Commissioner Levitt, we had offered the old Humane Society site, which is behind the county jail, as a potential site for a new warming center. The idea here is that we would tear down the existing building that's there, the old Humane Society, and build a brand new warming center on county property. The warming center will be paid for by the 3 municipalities, meaning Dover, Rochester, and Somersworth. So there would be no county money involved in the actual construction of the building. But the cities would pay for it on their own. And they've had agreed with that, at least the mayors and city managers have. Of course, that has to go to the 3 city councils for approval. So what I had mentioned to them, what we would do is that the county will put out an RFP for the construction of a 10,000 square foot building. We have a concept plan that the municipalities have paid for through the county. The county reached out to an individual that we've used many, many times at the county over the last 30 years to design in concept a new warming center. Now, the warming center will be built to code. It's a very austere building. There's no fluff. There's nothing but beds, bathrooms, showers, laundry facilities. It's a very austere building to meet the need of those in our community who are homeless and less fortunate. We also, the building is 10,000 square feet in size. The concept plan will be put out shortly on our website. The county will put out an RFP to construction firms saying, this is the concept. Come to us with the cheapest way you possibly can to meet the need of what we're trying to construct. So we're not instructing them on what they need to build. We're asking them for proposals so we can compare proposals and then pick the one that best suits what we believe to be our need, initially and long term. So that's how the county is going to proceed. I'm hopeful that we'll try to get this RFP out within 30 days. Have responses back to the county, and then we will have to meet with the county delegation simply to advise the county delegation on what the plan is, At present, the cities are going to own the building. Okay, and all we're doing is providing the land. They're gonna continue to operate, pay for its operation at present. Now,
And the three cities will all contribute equal amounts.
Equally. At the present formula right now is that for the cities to contribute to the construction of the building, depending on the nature of how much it costs, we don't have any idea. We've got some ranges somewhere between $250 a foot and $400 a square foot, depending on the nature of what we see. So we thanks to Commissioner Levitt, who's been in the construction business, for 40 years. He's been reaching out to many of his contacts of individuals who are willing, in some cases, to donate some materials, donate some time. Commissioner Levitt also indicated he's willing to donate some of the electrical work at cost. So through his company or through his contacts, so we're able to keep the costs down. Now, also the plan is hopefully to get this building constructed next year. If the building gets constructed next year, what will happen is Will End Pond will be sold. That building will be sold, and the proceeds from that money of the sale of that building will go to offset the cost of the three municipalities. And those municipalities are going to pay the balance based on equalized assessed evaluation, based on the present property tax base of those three communities. So that's the plan at this point. There are some minor details we still need to work out. But
Do the three city councils already know about this?
no, they do not. So we're going to go to the three city councils shortly. Once I have an RFP, once we get the results back from the RFP, because I don't want to go back to the city councils, the mayors are going to report out to the individual councils what the plan is for the county acting on their behalf, and advise them as to what the process will be. Hopefully we'll have it is our intention to bring this, the cost associated with the construction of this facility to the three city councils prior to the end of the year, so that they authorize any bonding that's necessary. Each individual municipality has its own financial issues. But they've all agreed, at least the mayors have and city managers, in concept, that this is the way we ought to move forward. Now, there's a lot of pitfalls in that process. The councils could say no. And if the councils say no, then we're gonna be right back to where we started from, but we're not gonna be able to use Will End for another year. Because Somersworth, who's the host community, we promised them that we would do something about a permanent place to put a temporary warming shelter. And we've been stumbling through that process. I mean, we had a plan. The plan it failed. We couldn't receive a 2/3 vote from the county delegation. So the municipalities are searching on their own to figure out what they're going to do. So by next year, if we're not successful with this process, the municipalities are gonna end up going on their own, which is gonna be hugely expensive to the taxpayers. Individual municipalities are incapable of doing this on their own. Individual municipalities can't afford to do this on their own. And this is the reason why they've
Then
asked.
you need all three to be on board.
Right.
If there's a problem and you only got two in it.
Yeah, for those who are listening, this is Representative Schmidt that keeps asking me questions while I'm outlining the plan here. So that's the issue. Well, since we're here, I'll answer any questions that anybody may have before we move on to the rest of the agenda, so we don't have to have any. Anybody have any questions of me on this particular issue? Peter, you got any more questions?
Well, I mean, the thing is, obviously there are a couple of stumbling blocks. But have all three communities be on board.
Correct. Now, if we're able to pull this off, this will be the first collaborative effort of this type in the state.
Yeah.
The welfare directors are interested in seeing how successful we're going to be, because they would like to use this as a model. In other counties. Whether that will happen remains to be seen.
Yeah.
However, we're trying to cooperate with each other. and not have everybody, playing the game, the welfare game, where we bus welfare or our problems to other communities. We're trying to do it as a.
So you talked about the city manager being on board, but for a moment there, you said also the mayors, so
Correct.
the councils don't know, but the three mayors all know.
The three mayors are gonna report out to their various city councils after today.
But they are aware.
Oh, yeah.
The mayors.
They're more than aware. They're gonna be getting a memo from me
Okay.
outlining, this, this track,
Hmm.
okay, as we move forward. And they're gonna bring it to their respective councils prior to the end of the year for an appropriation. So that's where the rubber's gonna hit the road. So we gotta get this RFP out as quickly as we can, get the responses back as quickly as we can. The existing mayors who are leaving, there's 2 or 3 mayors that are leaving office. They wanna get this done before they leave office,
Mhm.
okay? So, they don't wanna leave the headache to the incoming mayors and councils, and I frankly don't blame them. We've been kicking this can around long enough, so we've gotta do something that's legitimate. And since nobody wants it in the backyard, I'm sure we're not gonna have too much complaints about putting this warming center behind the county jail.
Certainly not.
Okay, so, anyway, that's where this stuff sits. Is there any other questions you have?
Well,
Representative?
who's gonna bear the cost of tearing down the piggery?
That's all gonna be part of the municipality's cost.
Hmm.
There's no county money involved except for our time. My time, the administration's time. Okay? All righty. Any questions, any further comments, Commissioner Levitt? Thank you so much for your help on trying to get us
Oh, yeah. big time.
construction costs down. We appreciate that. The communities appreciate it. Item 3, we got upcoming events. We've got a meeting this morning at 9 to continue the discussion regarding long-term care here in Strafford County. And we've got an executive committee meeting coming up, and a delegation meeting as well in October, mid-October. Okay, item 4 is old and new businesses. Is there any old and new business?
I have an item for
Yes.
old business. At a previous meeting, Mr. Chairman, you had requested a brief summary of the issues that we have currently with Riverside Rest Home facility wise. I printed out, I tried to keep it as brief as possible. It's about 4 pages. And if I could, I'd pass out copies to you folks. So
Doug, is it safe to assume, based on the quick numbers that I did, and it did very quickly, that we're spending almost $1 million a year, over $1 million a year maintaining that building?
well over $1 million.
Well,
Absolutely, yeah, in capital, and in normal operational repairs, to the facility. And this year has been incredibly difficult for us, specifically with the sprinkler systems. Sprinkler pipes in the dry systems are developing leaks, at an accelerated rate. Many of the pipes are over 50 years old. And, due to their location, they're in areas where there is residential activity. This goes back all the way even into the Alms house. Sprinkler repairs have started at about $3,000 for just a short section, replacing a short 3-foot section of pipe.
Hmm.
The most expensive one we have is about $15,000, and that was Hyder House.
General cast.
All cast, yes, and the older sections is good quality cast iron pipe. It's been up there for a long time, but we're starting to see failures. Other areas in the facilities, Hyder has the newest sprinkler system, but it's also failing the quickest. The pipes are of much lower quality. They're seamed and they're of a lower schedule.
Well,
I appreciate you putting this together for us, Doug, because, I did request this information. I'm gonna ask, the county administrator to, post this as well on our website, okay, so that people have an understanding of what's going on.
I think the delegation really has to understand this way better than they do now.
Well,
Just a quick concern, we want to be cautious about how we phrase these things, so we're not walking into a life safety inspection issue that forces us to do these things without proper planning.
Sure, our AHJ and Minuteman, who is our life safety contractor, we passed every inspection that we have. We have quarterly inspections from them.
It's, what I don't want is life safety inspector to walk in and say,
Yeah.
you have to do this, and you have 30 days.
Sure. Yeah.
Cause that's, that's the way the feds work.
Yeah, our fire chief, our past life safety inspectors from the fire department and, our state surveyor, Joe Romeo, I think they all understand the age of the facility and the limitations of the building and that we're working with what we have.
Yeah, we just need to be careful
Right.
about how we phrase things.
Right, and well, not only that, I mean, if we're spending $1 million a year more to maintain the building, we're keeping ahead of it, we're keeping ahead of all these things, but these are things that are good, that we're addressing on an ongoing basis,
Yeah.
which is,
But it's money.
but it is money,
It's money.
there's no question.
We have
There's no-
just 3 minutes, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Oh, one other thing, Doug, I'm gonna ask you to put together that RFP, work with the county administrator, putting the RFP out on the warming center.
Oh.
We have the design.
We have the design.
We have the design, so I don't think.
Yeah.
There's
It's
gonna be a
cost.
lot to it.
Right. I would appreciate your effort on that, because I know you're very well capable of doing that. Okay, item
So we
5.
should start working on it next
Yeah.
week if that's convenient.
Sure.
Sooner the better. All righty, item 5,
I'm
questions or
good.
comments from the public? Any questions?
Thank you. Seeing that we just got this and I know in about 2 minutes, the, nursing home subcommittee is meeting. Are you intending on sharing this with that subcommittee? And is it okay to share it with them?
Yeah, well, it's a public document. I think that we need to, I think I agree with Ray. We need to probably scrub it a little bit to make sure it's not gonna get us in any trouble.
I'd say we'd share it at the next meeting if any.
Yeah, because today they wanna talk about long-term care issues.
Right.
You know,
But I think that it would be at some point beneficial to address that subcommittee with these issues so that they're informed.
Yeah.
That I honestly
I haven't seen
didn't
any,
think that it was up to or over $1 million yet, but it very well could be.
well, it's,
So-
that's the operational cost a year.
I
for that.
understand.
Yeah, so a lot of these things get dealt with
As they-
on an ongoing basis.
I understand.
Yeah, the issue is, it's gonna continue to be on an ongoing basis because of the nature of the facility, that's all.
I
So,
understand.
I just wanna look at this,
right,
because I've just gotten this
I
now.
know, and I,
And so I wanna look at it with Doug and I'll have it together for the next meeting.
yeah. Okay, alrighty. Any other questions? You all
No.
set?
thank you.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna recess this meeting, and then we'll go in a non-public, once we meet with the study committee. I know we got a couple of things. That's okay.
Right.
Yeah, we'll recess the meeting.